Yeah, I mean, there's some bang for your buck here. Like if you're trying to find out, like I would say this is a great place to start if you're new to Prince. If you want to find out everything Prince did in music over the course of nearly 40 years, you ain't gonna do much better than this book. What's going on, everybody? You're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your boy Chris Stevens. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. Hopefully, you had a good Labor Day weekend. Before we go any further, I have a special announcement to make. Um, we reached a milestone this past Sunday, the last day of August, and we hit it August 30th, Saturday. And when I started this on April 18th, 2025, I just hoped that this music podcast, my way of talking about how much I love music and how, certain songs bring back memories for me and hopefully they bring back memories for you. I was hoping it would be received well. And so far, so good. We've reached over 10,000 views or 10,000 listens, whichever you prefer. Either way, 10,000 of you have stopped by this channel and watched or listened to something. And I am eternally grateful. For 4 months' work, that ain't bad. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. We're just getting started. As you can see, I've done interviews with Keith Kilgo from the Blackbirds, Steve Green and Gene Robinson from Breakwater. I'm trying to line up some other musical guests as well as some friends of mine to come by and talk music. So we're just getting started, man. We are just getting started. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making time for this podcast and this YouTube channel in your day-to-day life. And we just going to keep the party rolling. And to keep the party rolling today, we're not going to do too much music review, but we are going to talk about a book about a musical genius. I picked this book up a while back, and I'm still reading through it. I haven't read through it all. Why? Because it's 650 pages. And there's only a handful of artists who can have a book that's worth 650 pages. And you don't need too many guesses. So I'm going to just go ahead and show this bad boy to you. My dog, one of the greatest to ever do it, Prince Rogers Nelson. And this book was painstakingly put together by a gentleman by the name of Benoit Clerc. And it is called Prince. All the songs, every story behind every track. This means every song that Prince Rogers Nelson did from the time he had signed with Owen Husney and started, doing demo work in 1977 until his untimely passing in 2016. So that's damn near 40 years worth of work. And the fact that this book came out in 2022, so that I have to think that Mr. Clerc did at least 3 years of research, because every song that you think you want to know about Prince that he's recorded for himself and others is in this book. And I'm just going to open up a page, find one, and tell you guys what's in it. All right, so 40 years, of course. 1985 seems to be a big year on this channel, but that's what it is. So this is going for the through the full Around the World in a Day out. Of course, Prince dropped Around the World in a Day not long after while Purple Rain was still doing Purple Rain things. So that I've just found that very interesting. But yeah, so what's in this book? I messed up the sleeve, so give me a minute. That's the beauty of live, not live television, but pretty close to it. So what you have here is here's Pop Life. So Pop Life by Prince and the Revolution. The musicians: Prince, vocals, bass, synthesizer, piano, backing vocals, drums, Sheila E., Wendy Melvoin, backing vocals, Lisa Coleman, backing vocals, recorded Sunset Sound, Los Angeles, February 19th to February 20th, 1984, and all this other stuff. And so there's a quick little story, that goes with every song. So Pop Life was recorded the same day as Another Lonely Christmas, the prestigious B-side of I Would Die for You, and is mainly known for being the first Prince song that entrusts the drums to Sheila E., his new protege. Sheila, who would soon replace Bobby Z in the Prince universe, also played a part in editing the song when Prince was not in the studio. Back then, we were working with tape, Sheila explained. So cutting up tape and cutting up the pieces and taping them to the wall and marking them with what part it was. So there was a full wall of cut parts of the song, and we would tape it back together, and that's how I edited the song. It was the first album, and it set the tone for a vivid pop opus, which contrasted with the sparkly rock of Purple Rain. So that, yeah, this book is heavy. I mean, it's 650 pages. So yeah, it's pretty doggone heavy. So I'm just gonna keep it here. I'm just gonna tough it out. That's why I do kettlebell swings every other day. But Prince, you learn a lot about, I mean, because he never did have a full biography. I mean, I purchased that one biography, that autobiographical piece that he didn't get to finish because it's obviously that it's unfinished. But it talks about his early life and different things of that nature. But through this book, you get to learn about the creative, side of Prince, which is always of interest to those of us who are Prince fans. And, just wanting to learn more about how he created songs, how he came up with stuff, how he worked with others, which is always an interesting sort of process when you're dealing with a creative genius, because creative geniuses, they tend to work in maddening ways, and it's probably frustrating for the people they collaborate with, but the people who collaborate with them still want to be close to that genius because they hope it rubs off on them, or they might even add something to it. So just being able to read this book. I mean, like, again, I am not all the way through. I think I got to Bat Dance before I took a break from it because, it was so overwhelming. I mean, because Prince put out music pretty much every year of his life until he couldn't. And then unfortunately he left us in April of 2016. But this is, I mean, if you really want to find out about every song that Prince ever did, this is you can't do much better than this. I mean, this is a phenomenal book. How much did it cost? Because I forgot, because I bought it so long ago. Oh yeah, it was $60. I don't know where I found that extra $60 to buy it from, but I bought it because I saw it in Barnes and Noble one day, and I was like, man, I ain't got a lot of Prince, literature in my house. I would love to have more. So I was like, all right, let me grab this. And when I saw the price, I was like, $60, damn. But it's 650 pages. It's every song. It has comments from people who worked with Prince. It has, interesting stories outside of, leading up to the recording of these songs and these albums and different things. So it's $60 well spent. I mean, the book is in perpetuity. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, I bought it. It's mine. As long as I can keep it close to me, it's with me. So I highly recommend you check this out. Like, this is a wonderful book. I mean, it goes all the way up until, where are we at? Where are we at? Hit and Run. Yeah. So the last era of Prince. A Life Devoted to Funk. That's where the chapter starts. Between September 2014 and July 2015, as Joshua Welton was putting together finishing touches to the song that would make up Hit and Run Phase 1, separately on the more production of a more authentic album that brought together various songs recorded since 2010. Some came from the sessions of the still unreleased Welcome to America, 1000 Light Years from Here, Where She Comes in Black, Muse. Others had already been released as singles for download: Rock and Roll Love Affair, under the title Rock and Roll Love Affair, and Screwdriver in 2013. While some new gems were also added to the album's track list: Stare, Baltimore, Look at Me, Look at You, and more. By including a few other musical archives unearthed from the vault, such as Groovy Potential, and in a reworked version of Extra Lovable, Prince succeeded in creating a very coherent whole, which blended funk textures with pop rhythms and enlivened by multiple wind parts. Some of the wind parts were played by Michael B. Nelson's horn heads, while others were supplied by the NPG horns, who were made up of 11 musicians who had been discovered on March 14, 2014 on the Arsenio Hall show. So, yeah, there's some bang for your buck here. Like, if you're trying to find out, like, I would say this is a great place to start if you're new to Prince. If you want to find out everything Prince did in music over the course of nearly 40 years, you ain't going to do much better than this book. You're not. So I highly recommend you check it out. Highly recommend you pick it up. If you have an extra $60, or if you can find a used copy for a little less, do that. I mean, again, I'm still reading through all of this. That was a piece that I had not read yet. I mean, I just opened up to it just to sort of give you guys an idea of what's in here, but there's a lot in here if you want to learn more about Prince. And we're probably going to do more book reviews. There's a book that I mentioned before that I really wanted to get into deep detail about. Marcus Chapman mentioned this book in one of the comments on one of the previous videos. I'm going to talk about it. The Rise and Fall of Philadelphia Soul, A House on Fire. I'm going to do that probably a little later on in this month. But I wanted to talk about Prince today. This book was on my heart. It's been sitting here in my house for a few, quietly for a few months, but I'm probably going to get back into it once I get some time to myself to just sit and relax and read more about this man's greatness, because there's a lot of greatness in 650 pages. And I don't even think 650 pages, to be quite honest, covers it all. So that's going to do it for this ride on the Groove Line. Once again, this book is titled Prince, All the Songs, the Story Behind Every Track by Benoit Clerc. Wherever you can find it. If it's Amazon, if it's Barnes and Noble, if it's a used bookstore, highly recommend you get it. I mean, it's $60 new, but 650 pages of Prince and his music. Can't do much better than that. So thank you guys for riding with me on this edition of the Groove Line Express. I don't know why I keep calling it Express. The Express is the version that's going to be designed to be short. This one ended up being 10 minutes, but that's fine, you know. But thank you for riding with me on the Groove Line for this episode. Contact information will be in the description below. If you guys want to get in touch with me on social media or send me some emails and give me suggestions, or if you know anybody that should be interviewed or wants to be interviewed for this channel, I'm open. So thank you guys for riding with me. So until the next time we ride, may you find the groove, or may the groove find you.